honorable members. My presentation, I think, is at the middle. It's the same page. I see page 17 according to me, but we'll just go on like that. But Honorable Chair, firstly, I just want a second just to clear some of the air. I just want to correct Mr. McBride to say, he said the team of Northwest is investigating himself as well as Mrs. Bota. The answer is no, not at this stage. Number two, I also want to highlight this to the Honorable House to say it might be a wrong impression to say team from Northwest. All the team of Northwest, they are listed crimes of murder and sort of torturers. I want to make clear the team is comprised of 5 members, of which only 1 member, there was an allegations. He appeared before court. The case was struck off the roll. At this present moment, there is no. Personally, from the allegations 2006 up to date, personally, no one from IPID approached me and actually explained to me, you are a suspect in this case. I just wanted to make that one clear. It's almost 11 years now. Then I can start with my presentation. Honorable House, on the 31st of November 2017, myself as the Deputy Provincial Commissioner of Crime Detection in Northwest was summoned to the office of the Acting Divisional Commissioner, Crime Intelligence, for a briefing on the potential threat against the life of the Acting National Commissioner, General Patlani. The briefing was pursuant to the threat assessment conducted by Security Intelligence Unit functioning within the Division Crime Intelligence. Is this one? Okay, sorry. The briefing revealed that life of the Acting National Commissioner was in danger, on the following reasons. On the 9th of November 2016, a Ford Kuga with registration number CK35XSGP tried to access a residential estate known as Sable Hills Waterfront Estate through service delivery entrance by posing as police officials. The Acting National Commissioner resided in the same estate. These were stopped by estate security during the interview with the occupants of the vehicle. It was discovered that they were not police officials, but in fact, IPID members. Upon requesting the purpose of their visit, they declined to provide any reason. They requested to meet with the estate manager and were escorted accordingly. The IPID members interviewed the estate manager in the presence of the security manager and demanded copies of building plans which belongs to the Acting National Commissioner. At that stage, it was common cause that an investigation was being conducted against the Acting National Commissioner by IPID. In order not to impede on the mandate of the IPID, it was requested by myself that specific and clear terms of reference be drafted in order to commence with the investigation on the alleged threat. And the mandate of the investigations. Investigation mandate focus only on the threat against the life of the Acting National Commissioner of the South African Police Service. I think it will be demonstrated. Team members led by myself from Northwest. Progress report is being provided to the Acting Divisional Commissioner. But also maybe I need to go back how this appointment came about. There was a communication between the Acting Divisional Commissioner and my Provincial Commissioner of Northwest Province, where I believe there was a request. After the authority was given by the Provincial Commissioner of Northwest to say, we can be assigned the investigation, is then when terms of reference were drawn. I just wanted maybe to clear it there, to say how these things was, how it started. Then we went to Savile Hill. We went to Savile Hill, and this would be the synopsis obtained, of statements obtained. But because this matter is before court, Honorable House members and Chair, names of the witnesses will be held as the matter is sub judice. First witness, without mentioning the name, he did dispose an affidavit under oath that from all members, all alleged to be IPID, only one produced a business card of IPID, not an appointment. We have that on record. One introduced himself as Paul, and another female identified herself as an attorney. No names were given by them to the witness. They demanded the building plans of the acting National Commissioner and all documents relevant to the construction of the house. No search and seizure warrant was produced, allowing them access to such documents. Instead, the witness was threatened with imprisonment if he failed to hand over such documents. File was retrieved both by Mr. Paul and Mandla from the IPID, and the pictures were taken of the building plans. A statement was drafted for the same witness by Mr. Paul, which was only signed by him after requested several amendments. So in other words, this statement was drafted, and then somewhere there was a correspondence where there's interaction between the witness as Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, where there were some amendments on his own statement. That was what we got from the first witness. The second witness deposed an affidavit under oath that he met with the persons driving the white Ford Kuga, the registration number as I already mentioned, at the main gate. He escorted them to the office of witness number 1, who was interviewed in his presence. He was then requested to take them to the house of acting National Commissioner and was also questioned about the security personnel. That falls actually definitely in our mandate, who were responsible for the protection of the acting National Commissioner. Paul questioned the witness about the following security details on the acting National Commissioner. It's what Paul was in the Savile Hill. The first question, he wanted to know how many protectors are deployed at the house of the acting National Commissioner, whether the protectors are static or mobile, what firearms are they carrying, and how many vehicles are they utilizing. Those were the questions by Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, accompanied by members of IPID on that day. Witness number 3. Witness number 3 deposited an affidavit under oath that he stopped a white Ford Kuga at the Service Valley entrance and was informed by the driver, being Mandla, that were from SAPS a demanded entry to an estate. Maybe I need also to clear this point. This vehicle that we are referring to, it belongs to Mr. O'Sullivan. And this vehicle that we are referring to is not driven by Mr. O'Sullivan, it's driven by Mr. Mandla, who is actually executing the so-called official duties. I just wanted to make it clear. After communicating with the main control room, he directed them to the main entrance. Witness number 4. He deposed an affidavit under oath confirming that the registration number CK35SU was a Ford Kuga, white in color, belonging to Mr. O'Sullivan. What we did, we tested the vehicle to check the ownership, just to confirm that indeed this vehicle belongs to. There's also an ID number to confirm of Mr. O'Sullivan, which is 550826 5700085, residing at 7 Janine Road, Sundown, Johannesburg. Witness number 5. He deposed an affidavit under oath that Mr. O'Sullivan has a registered firearm on his name which was CZ 9mm short pistol with serial number 5677. Witness number 6.
Yeah, sorry, General, I didn't want to interrupt you, but remember the question before the committee is, I mean, I think you gave a response to say there was no interference by Northwest Unit in terms of count investigation. That is really the question. I mean, you are referring now to witness statements indicating certain conduct by IPID members. I just want to know where you're going in terms of the time. Thanks.
Honorable Chair, I was just checking. I wanted maybe to highlight the information to the House to make judgment as to whether, in line of our investigation, is there any element of interference regarding the allegation leveled against the acting National Commissioner, is what I'm trying to prove, Honorable Chair.
General?
Thanks, Honorable Chair, Honorable Members. I think that's very important because it is alleged that there is an interference with an investigation. Here, you are being told, one, this investigation flows from a security threat assessment. That security threat assessment was conducted following the incident where I was attacked in Johannesburg. And I'm glad that I'm still alive because at least I can relay the story. There is a link between that particular incident and the threat assessment that continue to be done, and to say what is it that must be done to respond to that particular issue. There are people who came and volunteered information and said, this is the plot, and that's why that investigation was sanctioned. So I thought it is important to contextualize it in answering that question. Why this investigation? Because it is not at all an interference, Chair.
General, you can go ahead, but just keep it concise. Time is running out.
I will run quickly, Honorable Chair. Witness number 6, he deposed affidavit under oath that he was contacted by witness 1 and was informed that people from IPID were at their offices to demand the building plans and other documents of the House of the Acting National Commissioner. He inquired if the IPID members were in possession of a valid search warrant or other valid documents allowing them to seize the aforesaid items, and was informed by witness that they did not produce the same. Witness 1 informed him that the threat of the arrest, and he advised witness against handing over the documents without a proper search warrant. Witness 9, he deposed of an affidavit under oath as well, where he indicated he was threatened, okay, IPID members, he was threatened and I must go to the emails. Okay. Maybe, Honorable Chair, I'll go quickly to the emails because more or less it's a repetition what the witnesses actually would say. I just want to say, during our investigation, there were almost more than 49, or not less than 49 emails, correspondence that were sent to the Acting National Commissioner. But those emails were sent from Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. We only extracted few, I think 5 of them. I'm quickly going to run through those emails, just also to indicate the threat that faces the Acting National Commissioner. Can I go to, maybe I must honor the members for them to be on page, I think it's page 27, honorable members. Page 7, it says, but the other page is not. Extract of emails. On the 12th of February 2016, I received an email from Paul O'Sullivan, which email is attached here too. I'll read the contents of the emails. O'Sullivan states, Dear Acting Commissioner of Police, this mail is between you and me. No one else knows that I sent this, of course. If you share this with any else, I will share this with everyone you can think of. You fix Mono and Crusher, and I'll lose interest in you. If you don't, I'll be all over you like a bed-fitting suit. If you try any dirty tricks, as your predecessors did, I'll eat you for breakfast and still be happy or be hungry afterwards. I mean that, Patlani, so don't think you are above the law. If I don't see positive action by you before 2016-02-22, I will start a process aimed solely on bringing you to book and will leave Muno alone. That was email that was received from Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. We have that on record. This is going to be utilized for court purposes. The second one, O'Sullivan stated, Muno, you are protected crook, firstly by Pierre, now it seems Patlani. Patlani, if you fail to turn the tide on Muno and Kresha, I will open a docket against you for defeating. If I take Muno down before you, I will be calling for your dismissal and imprisonment. I'm not going to say it's the current situation now. The other one from Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, this one, he stated, this one is between you and Patlan, me and Patlan. You know you are a corrupt. Soon the whole world will know. I'm going to enjoy putting you away, and when I'm done with you, I'm going after your wife. The other one, O'Sullivan stated, you will not pull it off. You will fail, because I will make sure you fail. If one of your dirty cops comes anywhere near my witness, there will be a bloodshed. And it won't be the witness. I have stepped the detail up to 4 men with automatic rifles. And if I can prove you were behind it, things will get bad, really bad for you. Or if anything happens to the witness, I will hold both you and Patlani personally responsible. I can further, okay, maybe the one of the arrested, I'm not sure whether should I. Yes. Can I end up? Okay, I'm going just to end up there, Chair.
I think, Chair, we can just allow Colonel Dawood to just run a summary in conclusion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, honorable members. I'm going to skip some of the slides just so that we can, because of time. I would like you to go to slide 33. 33, page 33. On the 13th of February 2017, during the arrest of Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, a Nokia handset was found to be in his possession. It was seized and later taken to the technical support unit. The information on that handset was downloaded, and a report was generated from our forensic expert. So I'm not going to go through all the contents of the SMSs. There's really a lot. I'm going to direct your attention to page number 37. This is where it will start, and as I go through the pages, it will start making sense. But this is an extract of SMSs between Paul O'Sullivan and the ex-Major General Sibia. And if you look at the top headings, it's the folder, which is saying inbox. From is the where it came from, the cell phone number, the exact date and time, all timestamps, SMS C, status it's red, and then the message itself. So on the first message, it says, phone Colonel Xchen. She seems to know who sent them for the device. Something to do with Siliest and Munu. On the next SMS, good day, General. I'm not sure how. I've heard that even if you delete it, it still remains there. Now they are investigating why McBride came here and how did he know about the box. The next SMS, let them go and ask him. And immediately after that, the last SMS, which is number 7, apparently they say he is arrogant. Hence, so far they have not called him. Now, it'll be interesting to note that these SMSs, the timestamp on these SMSs is 2015-02-11 and 2015-02-12. That's when those SMSs were sent. So I'm going to skip there and take you directly to where an SMS was retrieved, and this box that they talk about is actually the Data 6 line of crime intelligence. Now the Data 6 is the encrypted fax line where all top secret communication is shared. And this SMS was recovered from Paul's cell phone. So if you go to number 8, good morning, sir. we might encounter a problem with the handing over. The lieutenant in possession of the safe keys states that he will only provide access upon receiving a written letter which authorizes him to do handing over. He says he does not want to be charged for contravening the missed document. And I suggest that Mr. McBride draft a letter requesting for the device and state it is the subject of investigation. And further, he must advise that what time he will be arriving, so I can ask the lieutenant who is stationed at Germiston to come through. And this message came from Pearl. And again, if you look at the timestamp, it's 2015-02-11. From there, I'm going to take you to the next page 41. And these are extracts of SMSs from between Paul O'Sullivan and Mr. Robert McBride. And again, it's 2015-02-11. Okay, we'll do that. Who should we address it to? Thanks. Hi there, we'll be there in half an hour. Half an hour. I need Pearl's surname for the letter. I need her to arrange parking for me. And he gave the registration of a vehicle. It goes on. Number 6 of the SMSs, also still in 2015. Hi there, I will only be free at around 2000 hours. I will be in Sunning Hill Four Ways area. I don't mind working late. Or we could reschedule, let me know. And this is an incoming SMS from Mr. McBride to Paul O'Sullivan. The next one from him again. That's okay. Sunning Hills Four Ways is good. See you at around 2000. We'll finalize venue 15 minutes before. Thanks. The next SMS, it links to what General Pashlani was saying to the Honorable House about ex-Hawks members. It's from Mr. McBride. It says, hi there. Can you get Shadrach to make contact with me? We do have messages from General Sibia, Shadrach Sibia, which we didn't go in detail on. The SMSs go on, and on page 43.
Sorry, yes, Honourable Bele.
Chairperson, I'm sorry to interrupt the gentleman. I'm just worried about losing the wood for the trees. Can I just, to clarify for my benefits and for the House, which allegation from IPID is this mountain of details meant to be responding to? I just want to get back on track in my mind, so in linking the dots, I can make sure that things are aligned. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Bele. General, yes.
Chair, thank you and thanks, honourable members. It links to the independence of the IPID. Chair honourably indicated that IPID is independent and it's not supposed to be interfered with, which we agree. Mr. Robert McBride also alluded to the same. So that is just to prove the point which I said, IPID is not independent, it should be called OPID.
Right, let's get...
I'm almost finished, Chair.
Thank you.
Bear with me.
Sorry, Chair, okay, so thank you to the Acting Commissioner for the response. This is part of the difficulty I'm having so far with the SAPS portion of the presentation, because we're hearing counter-allegations. We're not hearing responses to the allegations from IPID. That's my difficulty, that's my confusion. As you said, Chair, we note the Acting Commissioner's statements and position around his stance on whether IPID is independent or not. But that's not the core item on the agenda. We're responding to the allegations from IPID of investigation into their investigations into him, whether or not he believes the independence. So I'm happy to give the leeway for for background and giving context, but I'm feeling like we're really going off a tangent.
Yeah, no, let's continue, but please finish. No, we'll give members ample opportunity to interrogate that. I mean, that is the purpose of the meeting. We'll give members an opportunity. I mean, the point that's mainly made by the Acting Commissioner and his team is the independence issue. So, of course, that's their right to make it, but of course, we will have the opportunity to interrogate that. Okay. Yes, Honourable Mhlongo?
No, thanks very much, Chair. No, Chairperson, with your respect, my only problem here will be twofold. I think from the, I would, first of all, I understand the motions running high in this because of nature of allegations involved, and how personal they inflict on one, and how do they get received. But then there are two things which I think this committee will have to focus at very closely and try by all means to provide leadership on, Chairperson. One is that we are not an arm of judiciary which has got capacity to test admissibility of any evidence that is brought before us. We depend on that arm of the state, which is judiciary, to actually then subject this and also take into account the validity of the background to it, and also match it with the reality in terms of the Criminal Procedure Act, and then subject it and then find conclusive evidence as to the authenticity of these things. Because here I can also myself create and generate whatever information in the process of political mudslinging that can look at, which I think with us as the committee, we have to then sit above this and try by all means to say, what is it that can be done? On my own, I would suggest that we need not then to venture into all these details, because we are not going to have capacity to test the admissibility of that particular evidence. It's an evidence that will need the judiciary to actually test it. It will then be the question then, which I think in our last meeting, Chairperson, the very same IPID presented the court finding, which then says, Parliament will have to ensure that the independence of IPID is complied with I think there are about 3 findings that were made by the court to ensure that IPID as an organ of state, when it executes its tasks, 1, 2, 3 will have to be complied with by whatever, whether from within organs of the state and all that. So I will then suggest, Chairperson, that if then there is any kind of an interference, let us say, well, fine, there is an interference. If then there is no interference, let's say then there is no interference, and then allow then the matter to be taken to that judiciary in order to be able to deal with it. Then a prima facie political decision will have to be taken by us here, if and only if there is any disruptive work by any organ of these 2 bodies, so that we can then avoid setting these organs against one another. I can see the reason why acting commissioner will actually then his blood will boil. I can see why also the executive director of IPID, his blood will boil. There are quite a number of allegations that were given to this committee. The clashes between Hawks and Longana, and the latest incident that happened in OR Tambo, and all these things. All these things leave a lot of open-ended grey areas which need this committee chairperson to look at and be able then to provide a clear way forward. Thank you, Chairperson. That was my concern.
I appreciate that. I see a ring of hands. Can we just ask SAPS to finish? And I will give ample opportunity to honourable members. Ample opportunity. Yes, Honourable Ramatlakane and Honourable Groenewald. Yes. 1 minute each, please.
No, Chair. Mine was simply to say that instead of us now entering the debate, we should allow the conclusion of the presentation. Then we need to have some question and discussion. We will be able to, based on what the agenda of the meeting is, we'll be able to make up our mind what forms part of that and what does not form part of that.
You second that, Honourable Groenewald?
In 1 minute, Chairperson, I'm a strong supporter of the Audi Alterum Partem rule. Let's hear the other side. IPID had many occasions when they appeared in front of the committee, putting their side. It's the first side from SAP side, so let's give them a fair chance. Let them present what they want to present. Thank you.
Chairperson, I'm going to take a dissenting view because we are trading on very dangerous grounds. If there is allegations about the independence of IPID or about the fitness and propriety of the executive director, it will eventually have to come to this committee. Then there will have to be hearings. Now, the IPID have come here this morning to give us allegations of interference in high-level investigations, quite a number of them listed in details. The Acting National Police Commissioner and his team is treading, as I've said, on very dangerous grounds by turning this into a witch trial about the independence or not of IPID. I've yet to hear a single response to any one of these bullet points that were raised, and I would caution that we do not continue a discussion about the independence, alleged or not, of IPID, because it is already the subject of a letter that we've received from the police minister asking us to inquire into the fitness and propriety of the executive director, and it will be the subject of amendments to the bill as required by the Constitutional Court. And I do not think that the purpose of this portfolio committee at this meeting today, or I do not think this is the appropriate time for us to be venturing in that direction. I also already think that the Acting National Police Commission has made very dangerous statements today, but I will deal with that in the comments later.
Right, thank you, members. I'm going to ask SAPS to complete the presentation that we can go to questions and raise those issues. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson. I'm just going to conclude with two SMSs that I would like to read out to you. This was received on 2016-11-20, and it was from Mr. McBride. And he provides a cell phone number, and he says, needs ownership on this number, ASAP, makes threats to my investigators. And the response to Mr. McBride on the 20th, just at 03:54, there are 19 Mokhales in SA. He also sent the same SMS to me, then switched off the phone. It's a reason why the J175 must be done tomorrow. Pashlani is behind this, and he got Mandla's details from Frick Ter Blanche. So a J175 is a summons that you issue when you want to take a person to court. So here, this SMS is coming from Mr. Paul O'Sullivan concerning J175 to Mr. McBride. And he is supposedly the complainant in this matter. The very dangerous SMS is on page 45 with regards to interference. It's a message from Sarah Jane Trent to Mr. McBride on 2016-12-31, and it reads, "Hi, received from Robert. Do you know any computer forensic people who are available this time of the year? We need to download SAPS computers quickly. SAPS are going to court on the 5th to get their computers back." And the response to Sarah Jane from Mr. Paul O'Sullivan was, they should call Danny Mayberg. If he cannot do it, he should be able to refer them. The last SMS on the same page, number 30, also received from Sarah Jane Trent. Now, Sarah Jane Trent is one of the suspects that we've arrested. It reads, 2017-01-07, "Hi, Robert not getting back to me. Have a feeling he's keeping his distance. He said, assume everything is intercepted." And the response to that SMS from Mr. Paul O'Sullivan to Sarah Jane is, they cannot intercept Skype. So with that, I would like to conclude, Chairperson.
That's the presentation. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Chair, in terms of the conclusion to that, there is slide number 51. For record purposes, Chair, General Mabula is the lead investigator in the Kedho Manor case, appointed by IPID, not by us. There can be an issue why someone from the Northwest is investigating a case in Pretoria. IPID employed his services together with some of our experts, including Colonel Mangena, to do an investigation there. The same team that is investigating the Acting National Commissioner is comprised of people coming from KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. What's the issue? Colonel Mangena, who is a ballistic expert, has been issued with a warning statement by IPID for his testimony as an expert in that case of Katomena. We know what the intentions are. Can Warrant Officer Bota, who's here, continue to receive from a Mr. Rapesu, who's an investigating officer in IPID, demanding case dockets from him, which case docket implicates Mr. Paul O'Sullivan? If that is not interference, I don't know, Chair. Brigadier Ngube was taking a statement, a warning statement of both Colonel, let me not give them a rank, Mr. Mahlangu and Binang. The IPID had rocked up there, intimidated them. That's why you have got a case. IPID investigators went to members in Johannesburg, demanding from them to implicate General Mabula. And that member has opened a case against the IPID. So, Chair, in conclusion, we do not have the appetite to interfere in any investigations. I have given my all in as far as cooperation is concerned in the investigation, and it is within my rights, if I feel that my rights are violated, to institute civil litigation that is in process. So it can't be an issue that is prohibited in terms of the Act. It is not my problem if IPID spends 900,000. Had they done everything legally and within the spirit of the law, that would not have been an issue. And I must place it on record. They are still going to be paying more because of the serious injustice that is being done in this regard. Thank you, Chair.
Right, thank you very much, members. That's the presentation. There's tea outside, but we're going to continue. Our time is limited. We will give ample opportunity to Mr. Mubrai to respond to the issues, but let's also get a round of questions underway, and then you can come in with those responses, and also to SAPS. In essence, the presentations this morning that I've heard, there was the allegation of interference, and then there was the counter. Let's say there was the rebut to say, well, the independence is a big issue. So that is the really issues, and there was also indication by General Mabula that the Northwest team is not interfering. That's in essence, if you listen to this morning's presentation. All of the other issues is related to issues that will go to court or will be with the NDP or so.